Hey guys, it's B. I'm back and I'm here to talk to you today about 5 common things that I think every beginner in fitness kind of struggles with. Maybe through my struggles, I can teach you guys some things here and there on how to better your journey and to make your journey into a healthier, fitter lifestyle a little more easygoing. The first thing I want to talk about is assuming you're always motivated. That's just not how that goes. I wish I was always motivated. I wish I could tell you I was always motivated. And I wish I could tell myself I was always motivated. But the fact of the matter is, people are not always motivated. And it's really, really hard to tell someone that's like kind of on the outside of looking into fitness. Like, there's a huge difference between motivation and discipline, and that is so true because you have to build and create these really healthy habits in order to continue. It's 21 days to make a habit, so you need to create these lifestyle choices and habits over an extended period of time. When you're really motivated is typically when you start, and then as time goes by, we're human, you know? We get lazy, we get busy, we get tired. Like, whatever the case is, we lose that motivating factor. And we really need to know that motivation is basically like the emotion that gets us started, right? So we feel motivated to lose X amount of weight, or we feel motivated to start training for a half marathon, or whatever it is that you're doing. And so for the first, I don't know, I think it's different for every person, but for the first, couple weeks to a few months, you might be really, really jacked up to go to the gym, to eat clean, to do all these really awesome, fun things. And then as time goes by, that motivation tends to kind of wear off, and then every video, I swear. As time goes by, you totally just lose it. And it's not that you can't ever get it back, but it's an emotion. It's fleeting. We're not always happy. We're not always angry. We're not always sad. It's an emotion. So it goes up and down, just like everything else. It's going to take the place of motivation is discipline, 100%. Like I said earlier, you form this habit over an extended period of time. And once the motivation has kind of died down a little bit, what carries you through till your next round of motivation is discipline. Because you'll sit there and you'll tell yourself, am I going to actually accomplish my goals if I only work out when I'm motivated, or if I only do this when I'm motivated, or that? And the answer, it's no. High level athletes, or like really, really good at anything in the world, they're not always motivated. And they've learned the best way to maneuver through those lulls of motivations. That's my first tip, is knowing you will not always be motivated and to start getting disciplined. The second thing, and something that's huge with me, is thinking you can outwork a bad diet, because you can't. I really first started working out, and I started working out, like 3 to 5 days a week, couple times a day even possibly, and I started, seeing a lot of performance stuff going up, but there was also a lot of struggles because I was still, working off extra weight. But the big thing that hit me, probably like 5 months into trying to be really fit again, was I wasn't actually losing weight that fast at all. And I was like, I don't see any abs, I don't see any definition in my arms, I don't see any of these things that I feel like I should be seeing, And so I had to have the come to Jesus meeting with myself, like I told you in my intro video. I had to change the way I was eating. You cannot outwork a bad diet. I wish. Because let's be real, your girl loves pancakes and your girl loves cookies. And I wish I could tell you that eating salads and Brussels sprouts and shit is better. It's better for you, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you it tastes better, because I ain't a liar. The thing is, you have to make healthy eating as fun as you can, and I've learned over the past few years how to do that. You learn tips and tricks with spices or marinades or whatever to like lower the caloric density of foods in order to make it still taste good but still be nutritionally valuable to you and your set of macros or whatever your lifestyle is in terms of your nutrition and your eating. And as time goes by, I think people, as they persist with their nutritional plan, they become better and better at finding new ways to keep yourself intrigued and motivated with your nutrition. If you find a new healthy recipe that tastes really good, it will keep you on track. There's different ways to manage your sweet tooth as well, and that might be a different video entirely. But the thing is, you can't outwork a bad diet. I know a lot of people work out because they want to live for their food, and I respect that wholeheartedly because that's definitely how I feel deep down in my soul. However, if you're someone that's very aesthetic driven or very performance based driven, even more so, you're gonna have to start doing some sort of dieting plan that fits with your goals better. If your goal is to just be moderately healthy and to not gain excess amount of weight, working out and eating whatever the hell you want might be for you. It just depends on what your goals are, and no one goal is right or wrong. It's just what's important to you. So you can't outwork a bad diet. So in my opinion, just quit trying to do that. Tip 3, prioritizing recovery. I'm terrible at this. I'm trying to learn to be better. Especially after I started getting different like fitness trackers. I'm currently using the Fitbit Versa. I had the Whoop for a little bit, but like I didn't put very much value on sleep, mobility, stretching, mental focus and recovery, because I think that's a huge thing, especially if you have a stressful job like I do. Taking time to just cleanse the mind and kind of refocus and give yourself a minute to just air out whatever it is that you need to air out, and then, you know, just let it go. We talk about recovery, there's a lot of different aspects of it, but you absolutely need rest days. So what you do in the gym, especially if you're a lifter, I do cardio, lifting, gymnastics, the whole 9 yards. And if you do not give your body time to recover, you will postpone progress. I promise you, in one way or another. So what you do when you go to the gym and you lift is you're tearing down all these tiny, tiny muscle fibers in your body, just beating the shit out of them. And then when you go home, you go to sleep, you stretch, you eat, you sleep. These things help rebuild those muscle fibers, and that's what helps them grow. When they grow back together, when they come back together, they grow bigger and stronger, and that's how we get more muscle gain. If you go 7 days a week, especially if you're going hard 7 days a week, you are going to severely postpone your progress. The body needs time to come back down and just relax. It needs time to recover, and it will thank you for it in gains. I promise. And another thing, the more you recover and take care of your body, especially with mobilizing, you will minimize injury far more than if you just ignore shit and keep going 7 days a week. I get it. I'm excited to be in the gym most of the time. I also understand the importance of maybe taking a nap instead. So prioritize your recovery, prioritize your sleep. Please prioritize your sleep. And some people think that they're getting enough sleep because they're laying in bed for 8 hours. I was shocked once I started using fitness trackers that also have sleep trackers on them, and realizing that even though I was in bed for 8 hours, I was not getting 8 hours of sleep, let alone deep sleep. So there's like being awake, light sleep, REM, and then deep wave sleep. When you hit that deep sleep, you produce human growth hormone. Literally the shit they banned from all competitions. You know, they get rid of it, and your body naturally produces it when you're in deep sleep. So if you're missing out on that deep sleep, or you're not getting very much of it, you are missing out on something so critical to your body growing and recovering. And I can't stress how important sleep is. So try to get 8 to 10 hours, especially if you're a super duper athletic person, you're killing it in the gym, at least like 6 days a week. multiple times a day, heavy intensity, heavy loading, heavy volume, whatever the case is, make sure you're getting at least 8 to 10 hours of really good uninterrupted sleep. Your body will thank you for it. The next thing I want to talk about, tip number 4, let yourself be a beginner. I still struggle with this at times. I definitely wouldn't classify myself as a beginner anymore, but there's definitely some spots where I would still consider myself intermediate at the most. And what I mean is, when you first start, especially if you're in a group gym setting or you work out, whether you're in a group gym setting that's at like a CrossFit class where you're with lots of people, or you're at like a cycling class where you're with lots of people, so there's lots of people to compare yourself to, or maybe you're just like a typical meathead that meets up with a couple of his friends a couple days a week and you compare yourself to your immediate friends. Everyone's on a different journey, man, and it's really hard to stay in your own lane. And when you first start, it's okay that you're not good at anything. Let yourself be a beginner. It's okay to scale. It's okay to modify a movement. It's okay to take lots of breaks and drink lots of water. If you're a really competitive person like myself, you are probably going to tend to be very difficult on yourself, very harsh with yourself when it comes to needing those human moments of being a beginner. And the thing is, everybody went through it. So it's not like you're abnormal. Everyone that first started the fitness stuff had to go through the rough period of, I barely ran 400 meters. Why do I feel like I'm dying? I don't know. Everyone went through the phase where they could barely clean 65 pounds off the ground. You got to learn form. You got to learn form, technique, and then strength will come as you do a shit ton of repetitions. Like, it happens. Slowly but surely you'll build and you'll work your way out of the beginner phase into something you're super duper proud of. But while you're in that phase, don't try so hard to skip over it, you know? Just because you can't do something right now doesn't mean you won't ever be able to do it. You just need to take the steps. You got to pay your dues to get to this big, glorious whatever that you're chasing after. You know what I'm saying? So take the time to be a beginner, be humble, and just learn. And your body, with time and consistency, it will do magnificent things for you. Tip number 5. Our final one for this video, because we could go on and on, honestly. But tip number 5, am I okay? Or tip number 5, to close this video out, is going to be keep your training consistent and interesting. If you don't have those two things, you're not going to stick to it. When I was doing my little routine I had before I found CrossFit, I hated going to the gym. I had to watch so many videos to get myself motivated in order to just get out of my bed. Once I was there, I hated it. Once I was done, I was like, damn, I'm glad that's over. Like, so many things went through my brain that was just so not positive, and it wasn't going to be a long-term thing. Then I found CrossFit. I found something that made me excited. It gave me competition again, and that's a huge driving factor for me. I will go do a bunch of shit I don't want to go do sometimes, simply because I like winning at things. So I want to get better. I love the community. That's something I really, really think a lot of people struggle with at the gym. They think they want to do it by themselves because they're embarrassed or whatever the case is. They're like, oh, I'd just rather go by myself. I'll be fine. There's something really magical about a good community and being amongst friends when you're suffering, I guess. You know the phrase, misery loves company? It's true. If you're going to the gym and you're with a bunch of like-minded people that are really positive and happy, and you guys go through something together that's really difficult and is making you better as both individuals and as friends, like, it's awesome. Try to find Whatever it is that sets your soul on fire, if that's CrossFit, if that's running, if it's yoga, cycling, whatever the fitness is, make it fun, make it interesting, make it something that holds your attention. And when it's time to go, you're not like, oh damn, I have to go to that. You're like, yes, I get to go to this today. It's super fun. Those are my 5 tips and tricks for this video. Hopefully you guys found them helpful. Now, I have a super exciting announcement, and I have been super, super duper pumped to tell you guys for the last week and a half. So, I have a team that qualified for the Granite Games. Super stoked. I have never participated in a national competition before. I have never qualified from something via an open before. I've literally only done local comps where you as long as you sign up and you pay, you get to participate. We did the online qualifiers. We combined our scores together. It's me and a couple of my friends from the gym, and we went as a trio. And it's super exciting that we work so hard every day, and we're in there and pushing each other, pushing ourselves. And it's nice to have a reward like that. We haven't even gone yet, and that's the super exciting part, but just the sheer fact that we qualified was so, I started crying a little bit. I was so excited. We just wanted to compete at a sanctioned event, and I'm so excited to go with the women that I'm going with. That will be May 30th through June 2nd. So it's going to be a long weekend. There's probably going to be a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. I don't even know if I'm prepared for what's about to happen. So we're so excited. I'm definitely going to try to get some good footage for you guys so you can see competition at its best, I would hope. I'm so excited. I'm so pumped, and I feel so blessed. God is so good. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Until next time, I will see you guys later.